Dude, what has this guy got me doing? Ridiculous. Not built for this. I don't do cardio. Cardio means no gains. I'm trying to hit some bicep curls and this guy's all the way up there. I got Mark's outfit on today. So he wore my bodybuilding outfit to the gym when we hit legs. And now I'm wearing his colorful outfit.
This might be your new thing. I mean, you look phenomenal. I'm wondering what the young ladies are thinking when they're looking at this.
I don't know. It's a lot of young men, or not young men. It's a lot of men out there probably looking at me, but I'm ready for it.
Anyway, I'm gonna lose a shirt, and I'm gonna put my shirt where I always put it. So if you ever want to steal my shirt, it's right here at the Arboretum by the shovels. I just take my shirt, and just put it right here. You gonna get a tan?
Yeah, I will.
Every run, I always dink this. I don't know why, but I just give it a little punch. Start out every run that I do. I start all of them out with like a jog walk. So
Okay.
real slow, real easy. And then even when I actually start running, I'll start super slow. And then I just judge from there on how I feel for the day.
Okay.
So probably a little similar like lifting.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, lifting, like you might walk in the gym, back might be tight, things might be sore, and you start out with some tricep push down, right?
Yeah.
Start moving around a little bit more, and you're like, oh, let's see what I got today. Maybe your shoulder bugs you, and so rather than benching, maybe you start off with some flies or something, you know?
Yeah.
Kind of let the workout like build itself around your feel and how you feel.
Okay.
Do the same thing with running. Rule number 1 of running is don't get hurt. Rule number 2 of running is don't get hurt.
Okay.
And rule number 3 is if anything bothers you or if something's really annoying, I'm not talking about just like a little tiny toe thing or just uncomfortable breathing.
Yeah.
If anything bothers you, your ankle, your knee, your hip, a joint, a muscle, if you even feel a cramp, we'll slow back down again.
Got some interesting stuff in here too.
Oh my God.
I got a mind bullet. And I got a hydration pack though.
Dirtiest player in the game. This guy's always gonna cheat.
Yep, I'm always gonna figure out a way to cheat.
My
chest is still sore.
I think a normal coach would say that they're disappointed in you for cheating at every turn, but I gotta say I'm really proud of you.
Thank you, I appreciate
It's
that.
a super training way.
Yeah, I'm used to, you know, getting accused of steroids when I'm playing baseball. And at super training, they embrace it. So I don't really know how to breathe, to be honest, when I'm running. I haven't ran in so long. So it's hard to get into a flow.
At this pace, let's try some of this. Let's try. See if you can have your breath in be similar to your breath out. It's the blowing outward that kind of helps you recover a little faster. That's why it's more comfortable to do in the nose, out the mouth, because it's easier to blow more air out.
Okay.
Stop right here, kabink.
Shoes are really interesting.
Oh yeah, how you liking these shoes?
I like them.
Hey, listen, people, these are called super shoes. I've been talking about them forever. They have a carbon fiber foot plate, and it helps spring you along. It helps absorb the shock absorber. 240 pounds right here. 230 pounds over here. We need the shock absorption. I understand it's important to train the feet. I'm way into the foot stuff. I'm way into the minimalist movement of shoes. I love Vivo barefoot. I love my Shama sandals. But this will allow you to do more, especially for you newer guys that are big. Guys and girls that are bigger, heavier, get yourself a pair of super shoes. Adidas has a little wider toe box than Nike. So these are kind of uncomfortable for me. But I'll still rather wear these, even if I'm gonna run like 20 miles, because they're gonna help me the whole time.
Oh man, I'm feeling this in the quads for sure. Fuck.
The hill's hitting.
Mike O'Hearn's not doing this.
Yeah, could he?
No.
Right? Be interesting.
Yeah. Ooh, yep. I'm getting a pump by my legs.
All we do is we turn around right here. Boom.
Oh.
We'll just walk down the hill. According to the watch isn't super accurate. In terms of heart rate, that's why a lot of people wear like a heart rate monitor when they run. Because this is checking my pulse and not necessarily my heart rate. Because our heart rate's about 130. And for you, at 20, it'd be like 180. It's like 180-ish minus your age.
Yeah.
So for you, to be like an aerobic state, you'd have to alter yours a little bit, but basically be between like 150, 160 range.
Yep.
Kind of a mild heart rate. I would say probably more 140, 150 would be good for you.
Thank
This is
you.
maybe too much information, but I haven't seen Kenny's legs in a long time. I got to tell you, Kenny, these legs look spectacular.
Thank
buddy.
you. I really appreciate that. That means a lot to me.
I mean, never mind.
Yeah. Well,
Anyway,
maybe later.
We're going to start from right here. And once we get going here, the idea is to try to just keep it going. But remember, if something hurts and you feel like fucked up for a second, we can always stop for a minute and figure out what's going on, right?
I like this though. I'm getting the calf pump.
All right, here we go.
Sure.
Here's a regular walk.
Yeah.
Like feel a regular walk. And then pick your walk up a little bit, your pace, your speed. And now, after picking up your speed on a walk, just lean forward a little bit. Lean your upper body forward a little bit. And now to start to swing your arms. And it's a real gentle. One thing that we don't want to do is we don't want a lot of...
Yeah, that's what I feel like I'm doing.
Well, because you're springy. You can jump like crazy. You're probably taking advantage of your strength. What I'd like to see from you is a little more twisting. Just a slight twist of the upper body. There you go. Yep. You're currently crossing the arm over.
Yeah.
Which isn't necessarily wrong. There's some really fast guys that do that. But a little straighter.
Okay.
Like a little...
Yeah, that was my issue in baseball. They'd always tell me to run.
Oh, I always did this.
Yeah. I'd run side to side.
That happens a lot in acceleration in the beginning of the run.
The breathing is the toughest part for me right now. Fuck, dude. What has this guy got me doing? Fucking ridiculous. Not built for this. I don't do cardio. Cardio means no gains. I'm trying to hit some bicep curls and this guy's all the way up there. Strength is never a weakness. Weakness is never a strength. Ah. Fuck. Alright, this guy got a head start on me. He thinks he's just the greatest runner. Couple months, I'll be right there. I'm gonna have to drop like 20 pounds though.
You doing okay?
Yeah, I'm doing
I
great.
Lost you. I didn't know what happened.
Yeah, I'm doing just fine.
I was like, where do you go? I was wondering if you got like shin splints.
Yeah, I'm definitely feeling it in my shins. It's weird though. I'm feeling like a little pump in my upper body.
Gotta get those jugs bouncing, titties.
These shoes are cheat code for box jumps. Don't train it, just wear these shoes.
The hard thing is that without like a capacity, it's like you in the last, what, 3-4 years?
Yeah.
You haven't really run much, right?
No. Yeah, not at all.
Even with like a low capacity, like if I get out of breath or I get a little tired, I can just go like this. And I can just stay here and this will calm me down.
Yeah.
But we don't have multiple gears.
No.
So for me right now,
Only one gear I know.
yeah.
And that's the test.
I have like 3 gears. And to be a good runner, you need like 5.
Okay.
And just because you're young and you're, spry and tough mentally, you probably at least have 2 gears.
Yeah.
It's probably just a gear that you haven't really had to lean into in a while.
Yeah, it just feels like my breathing only has like this much space.
Do your best to like make sure your chin doesn't drop too much. You want to also make sure it's not like up too high. All those variations will kind of close you off. And so you can think, you want like a little bit of a squat rib cage. Like that's open.
Okay.
Do like a lat spread as you run, like a legit. Yep. But not flex, like relax a little bit more, but put the lats back up. You can actually breathe through your lats. Think about breathing through your lats.
I see.
Yep. Hello. It'll make a big difference.
Okay.
And then make sure that upper back is relaxed. Like arms, your shoulders are down even a little bit more.
Okay. It's weird. Everybody's girlfriend looks at us.
Now one more thing to give a shot to is just to push the elbows back behind. Yep. There you go. So this, unfortunately, will also raise your heart rate a bit, but it'll also make you move better. So it's like a little give and take.
Okay. I'm getting a cramp. Ooh.
You have a legit cramp?
Oh.
Walk for a bit. I'll come back and rescue you.
See that leg pump right there? Oh, dude, I'm gonna get fucking rhabdo. Both legs. This outer, this outer. Hurts real bad. I don't know what to do because I brought this hydration pack, but I don't have any water. All I have is this Mind Bullet potion. So you know what time it is. We're in the woods. It's a great time to take a potion. Don't tell Mark, it's probably not the best runner's advice. Here we go. Pina colada. Just a little swig. Hopefully that doesn't dehydrate me more.
A little bit of a leg cramp.
Both of these.
Okay, let's go.
I guess I could just run through it. Whatever.
Get in the shade over here. We just did legs.
Literally this morning.
Any tightness in the inner? Or is it more just like the quad?
It's just out here. This chunk right here. Calves are getting a little pumped, so. I'm sweating a lot more than usual though.
Oh yeah. You're gonna sweat a ton. There you go. Oh, yeah, shake them out. Be careful with hydration thing, but.
Oh, it's the wrong one.
Orange kind of one. Yeah, the packet. Yeah.
Okay.
I never told you about that girl at one time that I found out something. You know, she got extra.
Oh,
part. I just find it plant story.
that's the worst.
Happens to everybody.
Yeah, I've been there before. Just sneaks up on you.
Yeah.
Plenty of ways to hide it
Well,
too.
and you're like, you know what? Fuck it.
Yeah,
No
it's
one
just a
really needs to
penis.
know about this.
So what does this do?
It just has carbohydrates in it and
Super
some
starch.
electrolytes.
Okay. Except I was informed that this is not a steroid pouch. This is for strictly running
Natural,
supplements. Yeah. So,
Oh.
is there any difference recovery-wise from doing stuff like this compared to when you were powerlifting or just lifting in general? Like, what is there anything that's different between the two? Because this is taxing. This is killing me right now.
Your fitness level is going to be highly related to how you can recover from stuff. So let's say somebody that's new to like lifting, brand new to like some bodybuilding, they go to the gym, they do leg press, leg extension, hack squat,
Yeah.
quads are fried. Running 2 miles is not a good idea because it's so new to them, you know, the lifting.
Right.
So new to them. Now, if they have a fitness background and there's somebody that's coming from the running world and 2 miles isn't really much for them, a 2 mile run, or hopping on a bike wouldn't be a bad idea to help get some blood in the area. But recovery for me from running, my favorite recovery tool is to drag a sled. Forward and backward sled dragging.
Okay.
Slow movement, controlled, doing maybe about 2 minutes of work at a time, then about a 2-minute rest period and go again. So in our gym, I might drag the sled 40 yards, you know, 30, 40 yards one direction, 30, 40 yards the other.
Right.
And I might do like 3 or 4 laps of that.
Okay.
I don't want to induce too much of a pump because it will make me more sore. And I also don't need a lot of weight. 2 plates, 3 plates, something like that would be plenty.
And then the food part, I was shocked. He told me to stop eating my post-workout meal and cut it in half.
Oh,
which
yeah.
I'm glad I did because now I'm dying.
Well, yeah, we just don't have enough time. That's really what that was about.
What's a pre-workout running meal? Do you wait longer than you do when you train?
I think shockingly, you have to wait way longer than you think for like sport activity or running.
Yeah.
And that could be anywhere from 90 minutes to like 4 hours, depending on the individual.
Yeah, I can't get rid of this leg cramp.
Once we get, while we are making like a YouTube video and having some fun, I don't want it to be at the expense of him ending up with like an actual injury. This has nothing to do with like being tough. Kenny's a tough kid, very, very tough. His mental fortitude and his mindset in the gym is second to nobody I've ever trained with before. I mean, when I've trained with Rhino, Branch Warren, and those guys bring it. This kid brings it every time. That's why he's so big. So this isn't about mental toughness. This is about a skill set. I'm not like out here being more tough, bro. I've just been practicing this, so of course I'm able to do it, right? Something else that's really interesting is that I believe that Kenny has gifts. He is really explosive. You see how dang big the kid is. And when I was a young guy, I was 20, 21, I got the photos to prove it and stuff. I'm pretty jacked. I don't look anything like this. And even at 25 and 27 and stuff like that, when I was performance enhanced, I still didn't look like what he's looking like right now. There's genetic components to stuff, but there's also a skill set component to things as well. And I went on a similar run with Nsima. You guys know what a goddamn stud Nsima is. Now Nsima can kill me on pretty much anything physically. He's a great mimicker too. Like, someone shows him something athletically, he can pick it up like that. It wouldn't surprise me that if Nsima had someone to teach him how to do a split for a few weeks, that he'd be able to do a split. It wouldn't shock me if someone showed him how to do a backflip and he could do one pretty easily. Whereas for me, it's like, man, I don't like a split or a backflip. It might mean I need a lot of distance from the things I'm currently doing to be able to manage any of that. But Nsima also is a guy that we can say, hey, look, this guy is really gifted. He's got a lot of great genetics and great tools. But what we miss is that all these guys, Nsima or Kenny, they also are working really hard, and they have an environment that lends itself to them being incredible. So like, Kenny's played baseball his whole life. He's been all in that, on that, and he's been an athlete his whole life. So now, when he does some bodybuilding and powerlifting and things like that, he's different than everybody. Nsima, same thing, that soccer, that long time soccer base. Now for me, I played football for many years. However, I had a departure from sports for a really long time. I had a time where there was a gap in my athleticism, and it was kind of only powerlifting and only just lifting. And if you like that, do it. But I strongly advise that you implement some other stuff, body weight exercises, lunges, step ups, jumps, little pieces of cardio equipment here and there. Maybe you don't like to run, that's fine. Maybe you can do like a little bit of a ruck. Put on a vest that's 5 to 10% of your body weight and go on a 40-minute walk. Get that heart rate elevated a little bit. Something I found really interesting was that in a short period of time, I went out on a run with Nsima, who I would say has superior genetics to me, which who even knows what that means for like athleticism. And I just wouldn't think that I would be able to, I don't know, I just wouldn't think I'd be able to like beat him in anything, hardly, right? Now we know powerlifting wise, like what I did with those numbers, but you know, that was something I did for so long and so forth. But when I took him on a run and we started going a little faster on one of these hills, he had to kind of surrender. He had to stop. He ran into a cramp. And what that told me is that this shit, as much as you want to try to make it out to be genetics, it's not genetics, it's inputs. It's skill set. Okay, I'm no chump, right? Like, of course, I think I am blessed as well with really good genes. My mom, with no lifting experience at all, she benched like 135 in our garage years and years and years ago. She was a big lady, but she still did that. And then I gained and acquired strength at a really, really young age, 14 years old, benching like 240 or something is kind of how I remember it. The age is a little vague, not 100% sure. I set records in powerlifting when I was young, and a lot of times it was just my opening attempts. In powerlifting, you get 3 attempts. So there wasn't other kids doing it. And I had a propensity to be strong and big. So now the same thing goes with jiu-jitsu. You know, if you were to look at Andrew Zaragoza and you were to look at myself in terms of genetics, you'd be like, I'm going to pick Mark. Mark has better genetics. And, you know, talking about like muscle mass and stuff like that, right? If I grapple with Andrew, he's going to tap me out because it's a skill set. It's something he learned. So my point in mentioning all this to you is that do not worry about other people's genetics. Control the controllables. The controllables are that when you're doing physical activity, it's working right between your fucking ears. It's working not just your body. It's your body, mind, and spirit all combined, all together. In fitness, we got to twist it up. The physical activity that you do is for your mind. And the nutrition that we do is for the body. That's how you get lean. That's how you get shredded. And all those things is through the food. But we think that we can train right through that. And we can knock body fat off through training. And you kind of can, but you kind of can't. And the most valuable thing that we have is this wonderful system that we have that's body, mind, spirit together. That's why I'm so excited to talk about this stuff all the time. And I'm so fired up and inspired. It's because I know that if you mess with all 3 of those, you put time into the body, mind, spirit, what you will get out is that you will become more and more advanced. You'll be able to do more and you'll be able to become more. The more that you can do, the more that you can handle. Example A. Hey, let's go on a 2.5 mile run. Kenny can't really do much with a 2 mile run. Why is that? It's because this is an acquired skill set. And this is something that you have to teach your body. Okay, I'm okay with doing this. I'm okay with saying just like this for 1 mile, 2 miles, 20 miles, 30 miles, right? My friend James, Wild Hunt Conditioning, look him up. That guy ain't all there mentally. He lost his marbles a long time ago. That's what it seems like, but that's not really the case. That's not really the case. The case is he developed a very powerful skill set. He ran 30 miles. And guess where I saw him today? At Super Training Gym. Lifting right through it like nothing happened. That ain't an easy thing to do. But it's easy for him because he built the skill set. Stay motivated, stay connected. And the way to stay motivated is to keep moving. Because motion is a lotion. Yes, sir. This trail's got a lot of meaning to me for a lot of reasons, but I remember on this specific trail, I was like, I saw an old lady way up ahead. I was like, I'm gonna catch that old lady. And I kept her in my sights, and I finally passed her. But when I passed her, I think when she was further away, I was like, oh, she's probably like my age. I'm gonna get that, 50-year-old woman. As I got closer, I was like, oh, she's probably more like 60. As I got closer, I was like, oh, she's probably in her 70s. And I finally passed her up. And you know what she said?
What?
She goes, I wasn't expecting a guy your size to run past me.
Oh, that's the best.
And I said, I wasn't expecting you to be kicking my ass on this run the whole time. But she was laughing. Yep, walk it off. This is a real good app. I know a lot of you suggest like Strava. I think that's how you say it. There's a lot of other apps. I like the Nike Run Club app. Probably just because it's the first one I use. and I got accustomed to it right away. But I just basically click over to like one section, and I just hit start. And it usually like kind of holds and memorizes or whatever, or has like a playlist from me. On the topic of cramping, kind of the main thing is to try to stay ahead of a cramp. Getting in the shade's nice. And then you also want to try to keep yourself calm the best way you can. Kind of the hardest part. Whew. There's good spots to try to cool yourself down in your wrists. So something like this, if you're out on a run, it feels pretty hot. Get some cold water on your wrists. I splash some water on my face. That's another good spot, to get some water on your face. And then just obviously drinking some water is a good idea. Just finish off the rest of that packet.
This tastes good.
You know, it's not easy when you're lugging around more body weight, especially again if you're just not accustomed to running. So I'm sure there's runners that are 220, 230, 240, 250, and so on. But those guys probably have had an input of running for a while, and so it's easier to do when you already have adaptation to it. And so what Kenny will need to do if he wants to run a little bit is just acquire an adaptation. Now some of the people watching right now will be like, this is so stupid that bodybuilding and running don't go together. And you're right, they don't go together. However, having some capacity to run could be a good idea, even just if it's like a mile. So
We're going all the way back?
we're all the way back.
All right. That old guy over there called us jacked.
Oh yeah, nice.
Yeah. It's a real confidence booster. Oiled up, running in the sun.
Makes me feel pretty good. Like I'm 46 years old and I got these young girls to smile at me when I'm running.
Yeah.
Make me speed up a little bit.
Yeah, I'm still getting guys looking at me, but we'll get there. I'll work myself up.
Yeah, it takes a while.
Yeah.
I don't speak a different language, but I certainly know when people are calling me out for trend. That was rude. Did you hear what they said?
What'd they say?
They're like, these guys are on tons and tons of trend. And the guy's like, I fucking know, they cheat.
I hate those guys. Yeah, it's always the people that are more little than you.
It is, but it's obvious.
It's always the smaller people too.
Bullshit. Like, damn, bro.
It's bullshit.
Fucking relax.
Yeah. He was eating a Chipotle burrito, and it was about the size of a baby. A minute walk. Oh. Is this where you started practicing or no?
Yeah, pretty much right here. I'm gonna buy my old house.
Let me catch my breath.
Yep.
I have a pump everywhere though.
So like below 130 or so. Those of you want to look this up, look up the Mathotone method. And ask him how to spell his name.
Lost phase.
The Dr. Mathotone. He discovered this method in like the 70s, I think. And then the confusing part is, this is also referred to as MAF, M-A-F. And MAF stands for maximum aerobic function, which is kind of the study and science of this field of aerobic capacity, if you will. I might have some of the language and some of the stuff wrong a little bit. I'm sorry for that. I'm not a real sciencey guy. But all I know is that if you run in these particular zones, it allows your body adaptation. It allows your body to recover. So I'm not saying that this is the only way that you run, and this is the only way to acquire aerobic capacity, but it's a very safe, modest, mild way of doing it. If you blend some of this training with 10% or 20% of more intense training, you can accelerate your conditioning quite a bit. If someone is to run, say like a 7-minute mile pace, and they can do that for an entire, let's say they can do a 7-minute mile pace for like 3 miles, 5 miles. That person if they want to build out to be able to do a half marathon well, they're going to be probably training at maybe like 70% of that or 60% of that. And that might put you at like an 11-minute mile pace, which you would feel like a slug. You have that capacity to run a 7-minute mile pace, but you got to slow down to an 11-minute mile pace, or even like a 10.5-minute mile pace. But again, it allows for adaptation. We saw the same thing with lifting. You want to be really good in, let's say, like a deadlift. Give me 20 reps that are really clean. 4 to 5 sets, 4 to 5 reps. 20 to 25 repetitions done really masterfully. If you do it and the lifts are real smooth and clean, and you do that with, like, let's say 365, you're probably knocking on a 600-pound deadlift. Maybe 550, 600, somewhere in there. 365, just somewhere under 400 pounds. You're probably pulling 550, 600, because you're doing a motion with weights that are allowing you to grow, recover, and it's input into the body, into the central nervous system that's not overly taxing. And when it comes to running, if I start running at a way faster pace, my heart rate's elevated, I'll produce more hormones, and I'll just have a response and reaction to the exercise that's more of a net negative than a net positive. I'm gonna go back and find Kenny so he knows to run down the hill.
I'm confused why my foot is asleep though, because I'm using it. Maybe it's all that GH I'm blasting.
The obesity,
yeah,
is kicking in. The obesity blended in with the diabetes.
So those gluten-free Oreos I had with the metformin last night.
Could be the shoe. Like I said, these shoes kind of jam you in. You know, it's funny because men and women are different, you know, with like their look. The guy will go like this, and then I'll go, like, just intentionally look away.
Yeah.
But women just kind of stay like that.
Yeah.
They keep their gaze like that the whole time.
Yeah. Like this guy.
Remember when you were a kid and you're in, like, you know, the smell of a girl, she's born, and you're in like 6th grade and you're staring at this girl, the whole class. And the second that she goes to look at you or smile, like, God forbid that you give her any inclination that you like her, you look at the clock.
Yeah.
You're like staring at it the whole time.
I look at the watch that I don't have on.
Yeah. Yeah, you like immediately switch your head over to looking at something else.
Yep.
And then you're like, how am I going to stand up from this desk with this boner?
And then you waistband it, and then you're all good. Perfect.
All right, we're going to run across the bridge. Don't break the bridge.
Okay. We could hit a most muscular on top of it. Hit some pull-ups on the bridge. Fuck, dude. Just... She was saying something, but I'm too winded and fat to reply.
I'm definitely getting a little side shuffle.
Yeah.
After all those hack squats and leg presses and that leg extension, that lit me up.
That prime machine is goated. All the different tension levels.
Yeah, that's a prime machine.
Whew.
Prime time machine. And there you have it. There's a run, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, buddy. Jesus.
We get it.
Oh, whoa.
Look at me. He's definitely vegan, that's why. Vegans.
Come on.
This is what the carnivore.
Who cares around that fast like that?
Yeah. Vegan, carnivore.
All that extra speed for what?
He's not getting nearly the amount of looks that we get. It doesn't even matter.
That guy can't deadlift 275.
He can't even squat 135.
Oh.
Look at those noodle arms. Look at his noodle neck, actually.
What a loser.
Yeah.
If we could catch up to him, we would make him wish that he never ran past it in the first place.
Yeah. Exactly. Oh.
Don't forget to touch you got to give it a punch.
Oh, yeah.
Shovel. This is it, buddy.
Oh.
Boom. Boom. The Rocky Apollo hug.
What is that?
All sweaty, big sweaty hug. Oh,
that was nice. I actually feel like I might die, though. Whew.
All right, yeah, Kenny and I, we hit up a couple miles there. That felt really, really good. It's kind of a cool experience. I mean, we needed to do it on a day where we're not training legs.
Yeah.
Because that just made it crazy. But we were just trying to, I don't know, make something fun, something hopefully you guys can enjoy. watching us die through that run. You had some cramps going on?
I did. I had a cramp on this side of my quad and a couple of my calves, and a little bit in the teardrop because we worked that today. But
how obsessed he is to show his legs. He doesn't have any cramps. He's just like, oh yeah, I got one there. I got one there. Oh yeah, I forgot my tricep cramp.
Showing the legs off casually. No, but yeah, I definitely cramped up. It was hard. It was also hard to control my heart rate. That was probably the worst part. Is I'm used to like
trying to control your breathing.
Yeah, while I'm still going.
Now it's time to go eat some food, and I think it's your turn to pick something. So I think we should probably like get some good bodybuilding food.
Yep, maybe some chicken and rice. I'm not too familiar with Davis, but anywhere with chicken and rice, steak and rice.
How about fish and rice?
Fish and rice is perfect. Stay nice and lean.
Spot. A little poke spot. Thank you guys for following along with the run. Really fun to get that done, but we're gonna go enjoy a big old bowl of poke with lots of rice and lots of fish, lots of protein. Gobble that all down and hopefully recover from this workout within the next 2 to 3 weeks.
Yep.
Strength is never weakness, weakness never strength. Catch you guys later.